Lewis, hello and welcome back to the Arsenal. I don't know what that was. What's all this here? There should be a puppet on the end of this. Welcome back to the Arsenal Save with me, Dr. Benji FM. Now, since we last met in our 1-0 defeat to Fenerbahce, disappointing but didn't affect things too much as we still progressed in the Europa League. We've played another Europa League game. Before we get to that, it was a 3-0 victory over Leicester City. They had a man sent off very early on, Dragovic on 37 and Perisic with a double, the second of which coming on the 49th minute, got us the win. We also missed a penalty in the game, so we could have been winning by a whole lot more, but a really convincing performance, some really good performances as well. Perisic especially a 9.3, looking very good. As I say, then the 4-0 against Benfica. Of course, today we're playing two cup games against Ipswich in the FA Cup to get to the quarterfinals, and the second leg of this. And the first leg could not have gone any better. Lacazette massively on form with the goal. Ozil on the score sheet as well, as was Mustafi, and Seri playing a key part too. Lacazette has got a goal in the 90th minute, which certainly sealed it, although it was really over from there, from the second goal onwards, I felt like. And then finally Newcastle, 3-0 winning against them. Lacazette with two more goals. The man is in hot goal scoring form, an 8.8 for him, matched by Mustafi. Those two have been playing brilliantly in the last few games, and hopefully they'll keep that up today. If we take a look at Lacazette's form very quickly, you can see 4 goals in the last 2 games and has had a bit of an indifferent time. When he plays, though, it seems as if he has an impact on the game. It was only against Burnley and Brighton where really he'd underperformed. Every other match he seems to be putting in decent performances and getting a goal and or assist, although actually last time out against Fenerbahce didn't have the best time of it. So today, hopefully, we get the good version of Lacazette, and if you look at the team, you can see that against Newcastle, we did a little bit of squad rotation. A few players came in that hadn't played so much. Iwobi got a game. Part of that is that Reece Nelson is out for a number of months, and we won't see him for a while. He's now in the under-23s. It's a huge disappointment not to be having him available. He'll miss the rest of the season and the early part of next season. So really, he's not in the plans for a little while. We do have to make some changes then. Timo Horn drops out because he can't play. Rob Green comes onto the bench as Petr Cech is back fit and raring to go. So Koscielny, we could play Chambers in the centre with Mustafi, and I think actually that's what we're going to do. And then Bellerin can come back into the side after a little rest. I'll try and keep the fullbacks relatively well rested. And speaking of that, actually, I think Klasnat's going to take a step out, and Monreal is going to get some game time. And on that right-hand side, we have a few choices. What I'm actually going to do, that's the thing is though, Lacazette's been in really good form. I was going to put Dembele in there. I'm actually going to give Olivier Giroud the chance to play out there. We'll put Lacazette on the right, as I think he does a decent job there. But yeah, Olivier Giroud up top through the middle, Perisic on the left, Ozil behind, Xhaka and Seri in the centre have been a really good partnership too. And if Mustafi can keep up his goal scoring, well, he actually has been scoring goals, but his performances, we should be fine. Benfica away, probably going to be a slightly different game to the first one. Now we have a sort of a 4-goal advantage. We're going to switch to the counter-attack. Hopefully we'll do okay with that. Everything else I think is going to stay the same. In fact, we'll close down a little less and keep it very basic. We're going to push higher up. I think we've got quite a quick back line, so that makes sense. But yeah, there we are. Tactics talk with Ben. Who knew? I say tactics talks with Ben. I just changed a few things. Now, interestingly, Benfica setting up with a 4-1-3-2 formation. Not something we've seen very often. In fact, in the Prem, I don't think anyone plays it. I've let my assistant do the initial team talk, but then we're going to give sort of some added motivation. Essentially, my assistant just does it better than me. Passionately say, show him what you've got tonight. Good display. And most people didn't react further to what the assistant said, but we'll take it and move on. Okay, we are in the blue. Olivier Giroud up top. We don't see it all too often, so today is a really good opportunity for him to shine or disappoint massively and never play for me again. I mean, there's options there for him. Just notice we're in direct to cam. I'm not a big fan of direct to cam. We're going to switch up to TV. Okay, first chance of the game. Looks like it might go our way as Lacazette finds Ozil. Out to Bellerin. He finds Seri in loads of space. He likes a shot from there. Ozil might have a go himself. Dribbles a little bit. Great tackle comes in as Toornstra puts the ball forward. And now Barbosa bringing it forward for Benfica. Some decent players in their lineup as the ball's launched forward. Now, ordinarily, Dembele or Lacazette might get on the end of that, but not on this occasion. Giroud's a slightly different kind of striker. Not a striker, it's worth saying, that we're used to playing with, and you wonder now if that's going to affect us as Douglas puts a ball in. Barbosa chests it down, pulls it back. It's an easy chance, you'd think, and it is a goal. Martinez puts Benfica 1-0 up, which could turn out to be a problem. Monreal apparently missed an interception. We'll look at that again. Where is Monreal? There he is. Is it a case where he should be cutting this out, perhaps? I mean, he goes towards the ball, does very little. Barbosa's touch is very good. And then a bit of a scramble in the middle. Mustafi could probably do better. And Martinez gives Benfica a lead. And, well, I was feeling comfortable. Apparently, I shouldn't be feeling comfortable. As what's going on here? Why have we got, like, a highlight that's gone backwards for? I guess we'll skip that, shall we? Yes, I have no idea what's going on. Half an hour gone. And, apart from the goal, which was pretty scrappy, we've seen very little. We're playing on the counter-attack, which isn't something we do massively. And I guess I'm just thinking about this now, right? Having Giroud up front when you play counter-attacking isn't going to be that successful because he's not that sort of player. So logically speaking, Ben, You shouldn't have Giroud up front. You should have someone a lot quicker. Dembele would have suited far better to this. And we might even give them a chance to come back into this game if we're not careful. Great challenge comes in there from Perisic. And Monreal's got a bit of work to do as he's down in this corner. I mean, he kind of... No, Barbosa. We could do without losing 5-0 against Benfica, folks. I've got to be honest. If that could be avoided, team, that'd be great. That's one of the worst passes we've ever seen. But you can see now from the counter-attack. In fact, I'll say this, Giroud, ball over the top. He's not really slow. Giroud on his own as a shot doesn't convert. You just feel like Dembele and Lacazette in that situation are that bit more clinical, though. Well, as if fate would have it, Olivier Giroud has got himself an injury. Now, I'm thinking... Iwobi on, Lacazette up top. I wasn't going to do this ordinarily, but we'll give it a go. It was successful against Newcastle last time out, this sort of combination. So we'll try it again. And actually, with that in mind, I'm not going to play on the counter-attack. We're going to play slightly more attacking. If we get an away goal, that pretty much stops them from getting back into this. If we just sit here without scoring, we're going to have a problem. With that said, they're coming forward. Czech's got the ball, so it didn't result in anything. I say that they're back again here, which... They've hit the post. This is not going as well as planned. It's been a pretty even game. There's been chances on either side. We've had one clear-cut chance. They've had 3 half chances. I mean, they've obviously got to go for it. They're clear. Well, you think, right, they're on attacking because they've got to get the goals. They've not really had too many stand-up performances. Only Gonzalo Martinez, who I've been a fan of for many years of Football Manager, is having a good game. I'd have just thought that in midfield we would be dominating far more, and we're not. 1-0 down. With the game against Ipswich to come, we need to make sure we're doing far better here. The assistant said he's not happy. I'm going to passionately say there's a lot more to come from them, and hopefully between the two of them, they'll react well. This is funny though, because we've had this twice now. We've had a good first performance in Europe, and then the second leg has caused us some problems. There's Iwobi nips in there though, and maybe this more attacking philosophy will work out wonders. As Iwobi's crossing and he goes in, it's turned behind for a corner, but ordinarily you don't get a highlight, which is good, come from this. Seri with it, plays it towards the front post. Luis Sao gets rid of it. And, I mean, we're still coming at them. That is one of the worst bits of... What was that? One of the worst bits of football I've seen for a while. They're forward again here, Benfica, and they're causing problems left, right, centre. Seri gets it away poorly. Gonzalez, well, we're a bit fortunate. I think that was a bit casual, wasn't it? I'm just surprised we're not dominating their midfield more. I said it a moment ago. I'm just shocked that in the centre of the pitch, we're not having more of the ball. Iwobi's won himself a corner. But, I don't know, possession-wise, I'm actually going to go to control. And actually, overall, I think for the rest of this game, as this highlight sort of plays out, I'm not expecting a goal. If it happens, I'll feel sad. We're going to push our up. We're going to play shorter passing and retain possession and try and take control of their midfield and create an opportunity or an opening for Lacazette. We're currently on 50-50 possession, which, again, seems odd to me. Ozil's on it, though. He's about 20 yards out. And are we trying to score? I mean, Benfica have got a push for this, right? They've got no time left. There's still a goal for us will have a huge impact on the game. Harris has got it now. They have to really score now if they're going to have any opportunity of getting back in this. And the ball forward is hopeful and a little bit aimless. Perisic picks it up, plays it into Seri, who's got options and goes back out towards Perisic. A goal will seal the deal for us. We'll be job done, essentially, and we'll be through to the next round. But we're being very patient. And Mesut Ozil has given it away in some of the most ridiculous circumstances I've ever seen. And now it's Benfica's chance to attack. Harris plays it into Raul, who he hasn't. He has. Well, there we are then. This has been a super even game. The first leg was not like this. Raul steps up with 10 minutes to go, and it's an unbelievable save from Czech. Holy smokes. One of the best penalty saves I've ever seen. I don't think there's going to be much more we can do in the game, really. We'll bring Benteke on for Lacazette. I mean, if there's ever a time, Christian, if there's ever a time, it looks as if, and this has happened twice, it's so unconvincing. We did the same thing as Fenerbahce. As long as the first leg's good, apparently, we're going to be all right. It's a shame, because that game was much better. I wish I'd shown you that one, to be fair. But there we are then, a 1-0 win for Benfica. It's not enough. We go through, and the draw for this is coming up next. So here we go. That is annoying. Genuinely annoying. Right then, Giroud, 3 to 6 weeks, he's out for a bit, which is not that bad because we don't really play him. Bellerin, on the other hand, 4 to 6 days. We'll miss this game against Ipswich, which means Kimona comes in instead. Okay, quarter-final time, and you look at the teams you'd probably consider as a favourite. Napoli, again, still a real issue, though. Good side early in the game. So we'll go through. AC Milan will play against Shakhtar. Quite a big game. There's a few games here I wouldn't mind getting. Lazio, Arsenal. Okay, back to Italy for me. Napoli to play Red Bull. That's quite a good game as well. And Villarreal, Hertha. One of those two teams are going to be the semi-final. Probably not what you'd have predicted before the tournament started. If you'd have said the final sort of three were going to be Arsenal, Napoli and AC Milan, you could probably understand that. But it's the two other sides that are pulling up a bit of a surprise. So, I guess we'll see. Lazio will be a future game then. Lots of games are getting rearranged. If you look at the schedule, I think what we'll try and do is bring you both of those together. If we get through in the FA Cup, though, that might affect something. Maybe what we'll do is a double upload day. I guess we'll see. Because ideally, the further into the competition we go, I want to bring you both legs. Well, we tried to outplay Benfica in that last game. Didn't work, did it? I thought I'd play counter-attack, let them attack us, and all they did was score. It was that classic thing of then you try and change it round, and it's just too late. You've blown it. Right then, next game on the agenda, and something new. I say new, he actually played the first leg. Maybe he's the difference. He played in the first leg against Benfica. Santi Cazorla makes his way back in the side. He's going to play as the deep line playmaker, slightly more defensive. I don't know how he'll cope with that, to be fair, but he's going to play in the centre with Seri, Lacazette on the right, Ozil, Perisic, Dembele. I'm playing quite a strong side here against this Ipswich team. We're actually going to bring a few players back in as well. If I can return to the side, Kolasinac at left back. Don't know what I'm doing. Camona obviously comes in as well. But yeah, keep your eye on Cazorla. Really play, or Cazorla, however you prefer it. I'm hoping he'll do a really good job for me. What we'll have also is we'll play with slightly more closing down. And we'll play attacking again, because I think that's what the team generally prefer. Familiarity. I mean, when I look at that, Ben, I'm not really sure why you play counter-attacking. Just stick to what you're good at, all right? Just stay in your lane. Okay, you can see from that Ipswich side, there's not too many players. Freddie Sears, you might remember, Tommy Adeyemi's there as well. They've got a few good players. Garner's up top. It should be an easy win there at the Emirates. Passionately say we should be winning this one fairly comfortably, and they agree. So here we go then. As they walk out of the tunnel, let's make sure we win this. I mean, actually, this is a chance at Wembley because the semi-finals obviously are played. It's raining. Why? I mean, it's England. Okay. I mean, it looks sunny over there, and then it's raining over here. I don't know. Pick one. There's going to be a beautiful rainbow over the Emirates. It's a free kick for them. Sears puts it in. That's a bit too close for comfort. Cazorla's corner is average at best. Dembele's going to have it now. Tries to slide it back. Perisic just fell over in the middle. I don't know what occurred. Was it a foul? Was it an act of God? What was it? Okay, we've had a few opportunities, a few shots on goal, but we've not had something to actually view, which would be nice, as it goes out to Perisic on that side. And we've got a lot of good ball carriers. Perisic is one of those. On to another one. Mesut Ozil's, I'll tell you what, a little outside of the football was nearly fantastic, as it's driven forward to Mustafi, who's he's got an attacker on him, but Timo Horn's clearance is good, and straight up towards Lacazette, who just about finds it to Mesut Ozil, and he tackled easily, is Mesut there. Not what we want to see from him. And it gives Ipswich a chance to maybe do something. Garner, I mean, Santi Cazorla, I was wondering if he'd be defensively good enough. That was a superb challenge. And the ball up to Lacazette, who's got some space. Dembele in the centre, if you can find him. Lacazette, 2. Dembele at the front post, maybe no. Straight at the goalkeeper. Poor cross. And that is the problem with Lacazette, really, right there. I mean, you're looking at the stats. We've had 8 shots. Ipswich have had 1, which was the header in the very early highlight. Perisic plays it through to Ozil. Straight at the goalkeeper, not the best, and we come again, but no highlights. I mean, this has been very dull. I mean, at half-time, which is very close, you wonder how we're not winning. We've been extremely dominant. Not extremely dominant, but they've had 1 shot and it was off target, whereas we've had 10 shots, 5 on target, 54% possession, and it's still 0-0. I'm going to get a little bit assertive. I'm not happy with the performance. They seem motivated. We should be 2 or 3 up, but I think that's my issue with it. This is sort of the business end of the season now. We've got to start picking up form. We keep having these little defeats. We've had it against Fenerbahce and now Benfica. In Europe, we've struggled, actually, especially away from home. I feel like we've had a few slip-ups here and there. Whereas in the league recently, we've been really good. Recent results against Newcastle and Leicester, we looked dominant, like we couldn't be beaten. It's against, I guess, actually, it's when the pressure's on, the big games, we seem to stumble. And there'll be people watching this going, so you're Arsenal then? Yeah, essentially, yes. As a challenge has gone on Mesut Ozil. It's a yellow card for Adeyemi. Oh, he's gone. It's a red. Now, with the extra space we're going to get, I suspect that will come in handy. The ball forward from Cazorla is not the best, but with the midfielder gone, Adeyemi sent off, it's going to be Ipswich down to 10. Another challenge has flown in. He's been called over. He's down. Oh, he's on a yellow. Surely not. Back-to-back red cards. Or is that yellow card sort of already been given? And is the game bugging out a little bit? I've never had 2 highlights which have been 2 red cards, and he's off. They're all of a sudden down to 9. And it's a corner kick to us. Seri puts it in. There's not as many Ipswich players on the pitch anymore, it's fair to say. I've never had that happen before. Mustafi with a strike from distance is saved. Right then, if we don't beat 9 men at Ipswich now, we've got a real problem. It's a free kick. Santi Cazorla steps up and drills it into the back of the net. Well, considering Ipswich's team situation, it's a bit frustrating that our goal has come from a set piece. But, I mean, unbelievably, it's still only 1-0. 20 minutes to go. You would think we'd start to run away with it now, especially if they push to try and get back in this. If there's a lack of highlights from now to the end of the game, I'm going to be very disappointed. I mean, Ipswich have literally just lost their heads there. I guess we'll make a change. We'll bring Benteke on. Maybe that's what we're lacking. It's a free kick played in. Cazorla's there for a second. Santi Cazorla, what a return for him. He's got 2 goals in the game. I've got to say, he was a key factor in the 4-0 win against Benfica first time out. We didn't play him in the next one because he's not been back much. He's not played that much football. We're still going to bring Benteke on, but 2-0. 9-man Ipswich. They were in this game for long periods, and we were struggling to break them down. And now it's 2-0. It's all a bit easy for us now. Lacazette forwards Benteke. He's got runners in the middle. Cazorla's on a hat trick, but Perisic gets the goal. Great cross from Benteke, but it's all got a bit easy, to be fair. And there we are then, full time, 3-0, a really good performance. Santi Cazorla with 2, Perisic with 1 as well. A dominant display. I mean, 2 red cards in 2 minutes. No, I've not seen that on Football Manager for I don't know how long. I've not seen it for a very, very long time. But a good performance from us. We'll be delighted with it. We go to the semi-finals now as well of the FA Cup. We'll see who we get in that one. It's draw central today. I'd call the episode that, but that would give away that we'd progressed in both, so I couldn't call it that. I don't even know who's left in. Who's still left in this? So it's Leicester are still left in. We're still left in. I can't. Who was in the other tie? Was it a big game, as I remember? Okay, the teams left in it. Oh boy. Okay, review the draw. I thought there was only one big team left in it. How wrong was I? It's Arsenal, Leicester, Manchester City, and Manchester United. 4 Premier League winners worth adding. So we'll see then. I think there's a team there we'd obviously quite like to get, and there's a team we'd obviously quite like to avoid. Manchester United will play Manchester Derby. Please be a Manchester Derby. It's not, is it? It's not. It's us versus... Okay, well, that's going to go well. Manchester City will play Leicester. Congratulations to them for getting to the final. Well, there we are then. We've had to rearrange a Premier League game because we play them in the FA Cup now. Next game, the semi-final's not for a while, so I think Tottenham, Manchester United can definitely be an episode. Next time out then, I think we do Lazio, both legs, and maybe even do a 3-game. Do you want to see a 3-game? If you want to see 3 games, drop a like. If you hit 1,500 likes, we'll hit a 3-game episode with Huddersfield plonked in the middle there, and that's going to bring us to the end then. You can see these defeats have been a little bit annoying. We had another one away from home against Partizan. Away to Bournemouth we lost as well. These sort of big high-pressure games, it feels like, we're losing. We also lost to Chelsea. And they seem to be the sort of games we're losing, which is not ideal when you look at some of the games we've got coming up. I'm a little bit hesitant. Actually, luckily for us, our first game is away from home against Lazio, so that might stand us in good stead. If you enjoyed the video then, as I say, please do leave a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you tomorrow for Lazio. Goodbye.